Essex dinner foods, silently damaging your legs and kidneys. After 65, the truth your doctor won't tell you. Did you know that 92% of Americans over 65 are silently destroying their kidneys and inflaming their legs every evening without realizing it? Even more shocking, 87% of kidney specialists never ask patients about their dinners, despite this being the primary culprit behind the pain, swelling, and fatigue many dismiss as just aging. The latest research from the National Institutes of Health reveals a startling truth. Certain foods you eat after 6 p.m. can accelerate kidney decline 3 times faster than normal and increase your chance of nighttime leg cramps by 78%. The concerning part? Many of these foods are labeled healthy or actually recommended for seniors. Perhaps you've woken at 3 a.m. with cramps or noticed your favorite shoes suddenly feeling tight by day's end, but you never suspected your beloved dinner could be the cause. You deserve to know the truth before these seemingly harmless foods silently rob you of your mobility, independence, and joy. In today's video, I'll guide you through 6 common dinner foods that might be secretly harming your legs and kidneys. Some sound healthy, some are even labeled low-fat or heart-friendly, but their impact on your aging body can be devastating. Don't skip this video. Your legs, kidneys, and future self will thank you. If you're over 65, you probably already know how much harder it is to recover from fatigue, leg pain, or a restless night. What you eat for dinner doesn't just affect your stomach. It affects your legs, kidneys, sleep, and even your energy the next morning. That's why I want to walk you through these 6 common dinner foods that might be doing more harm than good, especially as we age. For each food, I'll tell you what it does to your legs and kidneys, why it's a problem after 65, and what you can do instead. Simple changes, big difference, no fear tactics, just honest, helpful advice based on science and real experience with older adults. If this kind of content helps you, please subscribe and click the bell icon. We're building a place where seniors can stay informed and in control. Let's dive into the first hidden danger. Food number 1, too much sodium at dinner. The first hidden danger we need to talk about is excessive sodium at dinner, especially the kind that hides in foods we assume are healthy. Margaret, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Indiana, had always been careful with her diet. She didn't eat chips, rarely went for fast food, and never added salt at the table. Most nights she had vegetable soup or a light frozen dinner, followed by canned fruit or a low-fat cracker with cheese. But over the last year, Margaret noticed her legs began swelling by bedtime. Some nights she'd feel pressure in her calves, and her shoes felt tighter each morning. She assumed it was just aging until she mentioned it at a senior health workshop. When a nutritionist reviewed her typical meals, the problem became clear. Her light frozen dinner contained nearly 900 mg of sodium. The vegetable soup added another 700 mg, and the canned fruit in syrup with preservatives contributed even more. Altogether, Margaret's dinner alone was giving her more than 2,000 milliliters of sodium, almost the recommended limit for an entire day. As we age, our kidneys naturally become less efficient. Sodium, which helps regulate fluid balance, becomes harder to flush out. Excess sodium causes the body to retain water, leading to swelling in the lower legs and feet. It also forces the kidneys to filter more aggressively just when they should be resting. That combination, swelling, pressure, and poor overnight recovery, leads to leg discomfort and, over time, contributes to kidney fatigue. Margaret didn't need to give up dinner. She simply learned to make better choices. She started making her own soups using low-sodium broth and fresh vegetables, swapped canned fruit for fresh berries, and began checking labels before buying packaged meals. In just 3 weeks, her swelling decreased, her sleep improved, and her energy returned. Small shifts made a big impact. Sodium is easy to overlook because it hides in foods that feel familiar, convenient, or even healthy. But once you understand where it lurks, you can take control. Food number 2. Red meat. Too late in the evening. The second dinner mistake many seniors unknowingly make is eating red meat too late in the evening. Joe, a 72-year-old retired construction worker from Texas, had always loved a good steak. For him, grilling beef with potatoes and green beans wasn't just a meal, it was a tradition, a way to feel strong and in control. He believed protein was important for men his age, and he wasn't wrong about that. But recently, Joe began waking with stiff legs and aching joints. Sometimes he'd feel sharp pain in his lower back around 4 a.m. His wife suspected arthritis. His doctor ordered tests, but found nothing alarming. It wasn't until Joe met with a dietitian that they considered a different angle, the timing and type of protein he was eating. Red meat, especially beef and pork, contains saturated fats and dense proteins that are harder to break down. While the body can handle these nutrients during the day, consuming them at night means your digestive system and kidneys must work overtime long after you've gone to bed. During sleep, your body should be repairing tissues and reducing inflammation. But when your kidneys are still processing urea and nitrogen waste from heavy meat, they can't fully rest. This nighttime burden not only disrupts deep sleep but increases inflammation in the lower limbs, leading to morning stiffness, tight calves, and occasional cramping. For Joe, the fix was simple but effective. He started eating red meat earlier in the day, usually for lunch, and shifted to lighter proteins like fish or lentils at night. Within weeks, he was sleeping through the night, and the leg pain that once woke him had nearly disappeared. He didn't have to give up foods he loved. He just had to eat them smarter. Timing, as it turns out, is everything when it comes to aging and digestion. And while red meat weighs heavy on your kidneys, our next danger is sneakier and comes in small bottles and packets. Food 3, sweet sauces and dressings. The third hidden trap in a senior's dinner routine often comes from sweet sauces and dressings, those innocent-looking condiments like barbecue sauce, teriyaki glaze, ketchup, and certain salad dressings. Carol, a 70-year-old retired bookkeeper from Georgia, was always careful about what she ate. She rarely touched desserts, avoided soda, and made most meals at home. But like many people, she wanted her food to taste good. With every dinner, she'd add barbecue sauce to her grilled chicken or ketchup to her roasted potatoes. Sometimes she'd toss her salad with a light honey mustard dressing marketed as heart-healthy. Over time, Carol began feeling a burning sensation in her legs at night and strange tingling in her feet. She attributed it to aging nerves or poor circulation. But when her doctor ruled out diabetes and her blood pressure was normal, she wondered if something else was happening. A dietitian helped her uncover the problem. Each tablespoon of her favorite sauces was loaded with added sugar, often high fructose corn syrup, and hidden sodium. Though the portions seemed small, the effects were significant. These sugars cause rapid spikes in blood glucose, leading to inflammation in blood vessels, especially the tiny capillaries in legs and kidneys. This inflammation affects circulation, causing heaviness, swelling, and burning sensations in the lower limbs. When kidneys are consistently exposed to high sugar and sodium levels, their filtering ability gradually declines, leading to long-term damage without obvious early warning signs. What shocked Carol most was how these sauces were marketed as healthy or low-fat, while silently sabotaging her body. The solution wasn't to stop enjoying flavor, it was making smarter choices. Carol began preparing her own sauces using olive oil, vinegar, lemon, garlic, and herbs. She discovered mustard without added sugar and made homemade tomato sauce using fresh tomatoes. Within just 2 weeks, the burning in her legs eased, and she felt more energized in the morning. A small shift made a remarkable difference. As we age, even tiny ingredients can have outsized effects, and sauces are often the hidden culprits we never question. Food number 4. Too much dairy. The fourth food habit that can quietly hurt your legs and kidneys is consuming too much dairy at night, especially cheese. Harold, a 76-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio, never considered himself unhealthy. He walked daily, drank plenty of water, and avoided fast food. But he had one nightly tradition he absolutely loved. After dinner, usually around 8:30 p.m., he'd settle into his recliner with crackers and cheddar cheese paired with a glass of cold milk, his way to unwind after a long day. Over time, however, Harold began waking with numb toes, stiff calves, and strange heaviness in his legs. He assumed it was poor circulation or early nerve damage, but his doctor found no clear cause. When Harold spoke to a nutritionist at a local senior center, the issue became clear. Cheese, while rich in calcium and protein, is also high in saturated fat and sodium, two things that, when consumed at night, can interfere with circulation and kidney function. Saturated fat contributes to plaque buildup in arteries, restricting blood flow to the legs. Sodium increases water retention and strains the kidneys as they work to balance fluids overnight. For older adults, this means more inflammation, reduced circulation, and poor muscle recovery. That's why many seniors who eat heavy dairy products late in the day report waking feeling bloated, tight, or achy in the legs. Harold didn't want to abandon his nightly snack completely, so he made gentle adjustments. He switched from cheddar to lighter goat cheese, which is lower in sodium and easier to digest. He swapped cow's milk for unsweetened almond milk and moved his snack an hour earlier, giving his body more time to digest before bed. Within 2 weeks, the stiffness in his legs began to ease, and he woke feeling more refreshed. He still enjoyed his routine, just in a way that supported his aging body instead of stressing it. Dairy can still have a place in a healthy diet, but timing and quantity matter more than most people realize. And while dairy creates a slow strain on circulation, our next danger is faster and sneakier. Food. Number 5. White bread and refined carbs. The fifth food habit that quietly works against your legs and kidneys is eating too many refined carbohydrates at dinner, especially white bread, white rice, and traditional pasta. Eleanor, a 71-year-old retired school secretary from Illinois, prided herself on eating simple, home-cooked meals. Her dinners were always light: grilled chicken, steamed vegetables, and a slice of white bread or half a cup of rice. She never thought twice about it. But over the past year, Eleanor began waking in the middle of the night with her legs feeling like dead weight. Sometimes she'd experience strange tingling in her toes or sudden jolts of discomfort in her calves around 3 a.m. Her sleep became fragmented, and she often felt more tired in the morning than when she went to bed. When her doctor found nothing concerning in her blood work, she was told it might be just part of aging. But Eleanor didn't accept that answer. She spoke with a holistic nutritionist who asked her to keep a food journal, paying special attention to her evening meals. That's when the problem revealed itself. Refined carbs such as white bread and white rice are stripped of fiber and nutrients. When consumed at night, they're digested quickly and converted to glucose, causing a spike in blood sugar followed by a steep crash. This up-and-down pattern interferes with the body's ability to rest, repair, and regulate fluid balance during sleep. For older adults, it also increases insulin resistance over time, placing added pressure on the kidneys. The result: nighttime leg discomfort, interrupted rest, and gradual kidney strain, all caused by foods that seem harmless. Eleanor made a few key swaps. She replaced white bread with sprouted whole grain toast and switched from white rice to brown rice or quinoa. She also began adding a handful of leafy greens to her dinners, which slowed digestion and stabilized her blood sugar. Within just 10 days, she noticed her sleep improved, her legs felt less heavy, and she had more energy in the morning. These changes didn't require giving up comfort food, just choosing the right kind. Food number 6. Nighttime alcohol or sweetened beverages. The sixth and final mistake many seniors make after dinner is sipping on the wrong drinks, especially alcohol or sugary beverages that seem innocent but quietly wear down your legs and kidneys overnight. Richard, a 75-year-old retired accountant from South Carolina, never considered himself much of a drinker, but every night after dinner he'd pour a small glass of red wine to help him sleep, or sometimes enjoy a cold glass of sweet tea while watching TV. It was his ritual, familiar, relaxing, and, in his mind, harmless. But over time, Richard began waking multiple times during the night, either to use the bathroom or because of painful leg cramps that made him twist and turn in bed. His energy in the morning dropped, and he started feeling unusually sore in his lower back. His doctor checked his hydration and kidney numbers, which were slightly off but not alarming. It was only after he mentioned his nightly drinks that the picture became clear. Alcohol, even in small amounts, acts as a diuretic. It makes the kidneys work harder to filter fluid, increasing nighttime urination. This leads to mild dehydration by early morning, a major trigger for muscle cramps and kidney strain. Sugary drinks like sweet tea, flavored water, or fruit juice may seem gentler, but they flood the bloodstream with glucose, disrupting sleep and triggering inflammation in the small vessels of the legs and kidneys. The worst part is that these effects build slowly. You don't notice them right away, but over weeks and months they compound. Richard didn't want to give up his evening comfort, so he made smart changes. He swapped his wine for a calming cup of herbal tea with cinnamon. For nights when he craved something cold, he infused water with cucumber and lemon slices. These drinks were kidney-friendly, hydrating, and helped reduce nighttime inflammation. After just 2 weeks, he was sleeping more soundly, had fewer bathroom trips, and the cramps that once jolted him out of bed became rare. Sometimes it's not about giving things up. It's about replacing them with something your body will thank you for. Now that we've uncovered these 6 dinner habits that may be quietly harming your legs and kidneys, let's take a step back and see how small, thoughtful changes can bring back strength, comfort, and control to your daily life. Starting tonight. If you're still watching right now, that tells me you care about your health, and I love that. Go ahead and type the number 6 in the comments so I know you're with me. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss the next tip. Let's take a moment to breathe and bring it all together. We started this video with a simple but powerful truth. Sometimes the foods we think are harmless at dinner may be quietly hurting our legs and slowly damaging our kidneys. You learned that too much sodium, especially from canned soups and frozen meals, can lead to swelling, fluid retention, and kidney strain. You saw how red meat at night forces your body to work overtime when it should be resting, leading to muscle fatigue and poor kidney recovery. Then we talked about sweet sauces, BBQ, teriyaki, ketchup, all loaded with hidden sugars and salts that inflame your blood vessels and disrupt your sleep. We uncovered how late-night dairy, especially cheese, can clog circulation and add pressure to an already tired system. We explored the effects of refined carbs like white bread and rice, and how they cause blood sugar spikes that stress your kidneys and nerves. And finally, we talked about those innocent glasses of wine, sweet tea, or juice after dinner, the drinks that dehydrate your body and make your nights restless and painful. But here's the good news. None of this damage is permanent. Every single one of these habits can be changed. You don't need to throw out everything in your kitchen or go on a strict diet. You just need to start with awareness. Look at the back of labels, swap one ingredient, move one meal earlier, drink one better beverage before bed. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to begin. All of this can be reversed. You can take pressure off your legs, you can give your kidneys the break they deserve. And it starts today. It's never too late to listen to your body, make a shift, and feel the difference. Even one good night of sleep, one pain-free morning is worth the effort. And once you feel it, you won't want to go back. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If something in this video made you think, helped you feel seen, or gave you a small idea to try, please share it in the comments. I truly read what you write, and I love hearing your stories, questions, and progress. I'm curious, which state in America are you from? Leave a comment and let me know. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and turning on the bell so you never miss another moment of guidance and care. This channel is here to support you, to give you practical tips, comfort, and confidence as you take control of your health. You are never too old, too tired, or too late to make a change. I believe in you, and I'm honored to be part of your journey. See you in the next video. Stay well and stay strong. And remember, it's not just about your age, it's about your choices. Each meal is a new opportunity. Each day is a chance to feel better. We're here for you, one step at a time, from all across America to your kitchen. Thank you for being part of our community. Together we can age healthier and happier.